What's the problem?
When you show up anywhere on these cameras with somebody else, it's gonna be a problem.
I think two things can be true. I think that, I get some people like, I know Porsha ain't talking good. She done took somebody man before. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is true.
Wait. Kandi, wait. You can't say that, girl. Like, Kandi!
It was hilarious.
I did not realize this until I read some of the comments on my last video that there are so many of you guys who've just been sitting there in the cut just waiting for Porsha to finally get caught slipping.
Okay? They will have you looking crazy. Okay?
And Dr. Simone, you ain't slick, girl. I think I clocked your trap page where you were over there stirring the pot. Allegedly.
Karma's a bitch.
I'm trying. I'm literally trying.
Here we go. Here we go now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Here we go. Here we go now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
It's Justin Diego, and I am back with another binge-worthy video. And today, we gotta talk about how Kandi Burruss is getting the girls riled up over there on her Amazon Live edition of Speak On It, and how she did something the other day that made me really remember why I have always loved me some Kandi.
Okay, this is a woman that understands the assignment. She's stunning.
Kandi Burruss went on a press run last week promoting her Broadway production of Othello. And of course, they asked her about the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Do you miss Housewives? I mean, you've moved on. You got so much going on. Is there like any little thing?
And if y'all remember, just last week, I was out here crashing out because I felt some kind of way that none of our iconic Atlanta Peaches attended the first ever Real Housewives of Atlanta premiere party here in Atlanta. Let me ask y'all this, is it weird that some of our faves haven't said anything and are not coming publicly to support the Real Housewives of Atlanta? A show that most of them claim they happily walked away from, and a show that has built their legacies. I don't know, I just wish that some of the people who have been working on the show in the past would have helped to I don't know, just not come off as haters and just show hey, y'all, look, we might have had to, sit this one out, whatever, but we really believe in the future of this show.
I ain't even gonna wake that tea up. Wake that tea up.
And I knew that Nene Leakes had left some cool comments, and I know that different housewives had done things. I think Kandi did this, I know Kandi did a Speak On It with Shamia a couple of weeks ago, much earlier before the show actually came out. So to me, that wasn't the same as her saying hey y'all, watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight because my friend Shamia is gonna be on there. To me, it was a different thing.
Say what now?
And when I made this video, I wasn't talking about anybody specifically. I was talking about everybody, honestly. And it wasn't really coming from a negative or a malicious place. I was just frustrated, y'all. And sometimes I get frustrated because y'all know how much I care. Come on now. And I was talking about it with some of my friends, and I recognized that my delivery could have been a little bit better, and y'all aren't used to me really waking it up like that. But, I still don't think that it justified how those people on Twitter were trying to drag me by my locks. And you know what? But still I rise, and I'll be okay.
But still I rise, and I'll be all right.
That's why I was so excited and so grateful to see Kandi Burruss finally give our girls their things.
Shout out to the girls. They just had the first new episode of this season. This is the first time that I haven't been on there. Right. Do you believe I was on there for 14 seasons straight?
That's wild.
So I
was wondering how I was gonna feel.
Yeah.
I'm very good friends with Shamia, which is one of the new peach holders. And I've been trying to get her on the show for years. And it's funny, now she's finally on there after I leave. But I am still supportive, and I am happy for them.
I feel like this is how you do it. I felt like this is like all I was wanting from the girls, and this is how I expect every housewife to answer this question.
Right. Okay. I'm not missing anything, because today I found out that we just broke records with Othello. We are the highest grossing weekly on Broadway history. All right.
Let's go. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine?
And since Kandi Burruss showed our Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 girls some love, even though she's no longer on the show, and I hadn't even really thought about how awkward it might be for her with, Phaedra being on the show, I'm gonna keep making it my business to make sure that Kandi is binge worthy here on my channel.
Okay, Tina says, hey Kandi, I think that Drew is dirty, although Porsha get what she deserved. Watch your man with both. Ooh.
That's exactly why I tuned into her latest Amazon version of Speak On It, where I knew she was gonna have something to say about this situation with Porsha Williams crashing out over her baby daddy Dennis filming with Drew Sidora.
I think two things can be true. I think that, I get some people like, I know Porsha ain't talking good. She took somebody man before. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is true.
Wait. Kandi, wait. You can't say that, girl. Like, Kandi.
But at the same time, it's also true that you can still be offended that somebody that I'm friends with, somebody that I've hired to do campaigns for my product line and all that is kind of like sneaking around with my baby daddy. Like, that also is a no-no.
These Amazon lives. Just messy. Child, like, let me go ahead and buy some of this. What she got for sale? I see Juvia's Place. I see some lotions. Let me go ahead and buy something to keep Kandi in business, because these Amazon lives, man.
So, could it be pot meets kettle? Possibly.
Wow. Okay, this is a woman that understands the assignment. She's stunning.
But, it doesn't change the fact that it don't matter what she's done, she can still be angry about what's happening in this situation. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, it does make sense, Kandi, but I don't know if you can say that. Kandi, yeah, Porsha gonna get you.
That makes sense, right?
The question is, people can't figure out, did she ask her, did she not? Because everybody has said different things.
Wait, did she ask her what?
Well, one scene is, she said, Drew told me. One scene is...
Oh, okay, so that's the part. I didn't get the part. I didn't see that yet.
And one thing about Jamie, she is always gonna take a whack at Porsha every chance she gets.
Go beat her up. You're not gonna feel better till you beat this the fuck up.
Okay, I didn't see that part in the episode yet. So Jamie said that the part that the question is, in one scene, Porsha says that Drew did tell her, but then in the other scene, she acted like she didn't know. So it's confusing.
I'm trying not to smile.
You know me. That's why I always felt like on that show, you got to keep your facts and receipts, honey.
You know what?
If somebody, you got to be able to have that text to be like, no, because remember this day when you said, I told you, this is what I told. You got to have facts and receipts on this show, because people will switch up like they don't know and have you looking crazy.
Yeah, I understand, because at this point, I don't remember, like, did Drew tell Porsha? Did she not? Like, I don't really care about that part. I think the part that's the most important is Porsha just needs to go ahead and flat out say, like, that's my baby daddy. And if anybody's going to be using him for a storyline, it's going to be me. Period.
Any comment on Kandi saying you don't like Shamia? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if Kandi said I didn't like Shamia. I think what Kandi said was she doesn't believe we're as cool as we used to be. And yes, that's true. I mean, when you come on the show and you have certain expectations, and then things seem to turn on you, without you knowing, that can change any relationship. So, but I don't think Kandi said anything like that. Y'all don't be trying to stir stuff up now, because you know how y'all do.
I really want you guys to actually watch the Atlanta Housewives this season, so be sure to at least check out new episodes when they air the next day on Peacock, because I feel like that makes these videos that much more fun to watch.
Next time on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
We are shopping!
Don't pull her hair, Brooklyn.
No, I'm pulling it out.
Slide off.
You're being talked about like you're a whore.
Kenya, she threw a little like jazz, but I know how to deal with girls like her.
If you don't take it on back with that 99 nose, don't do that.
Okay, Flavor Flav.
Porsha, you said you wanted to talk.
Comment right now and tell me what you guys think about all this. How do you feel about Kandi talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta drama on her Amazon Live? Are you loving the Speak On It vibes, or do you feel like it's creating unnecessary drama for our girls? Also, let me know how much karma is gonna be enough for Porsha before y'all finally decide to give her some grace. Thanks so much for watching this video all the way to the very end. I have a feeling that this is not going to be the last that we hear about all this Sidora and Porsha Williams drama. So let me that was kind of cute. Drusa drama. All right, let me start over. I have a feeling that this isn't going to be the last that we hear about all this Sidora. I was about to say it again. Sidora, babes. Sidora. I have a feeling that this isn't going to be the last that we hear about this Sidora and Porsha Williams drama. So let me just, never mind. Bye. Never mind, because I keep hearing it. Is it just me? I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.
You can have whatever you like. You can have whatever you like.